Hey guys, I just recorded, so the song that my uncle James performed at Kai's funeral, he just came over right now and we just filmed it, and I'm gonna put that up pretty soon too. It's a good song, and we all liked it. I felt he performed it well under pressure at the funeral, so unfortunately I didn't film that, but he came over and we filmed a version where he was more comfortable. He didn't have as much pressure on him and with all the emotions. So I'm gonna post that pretty soon. But he was here, we were just hanging out, drinking some holy water that I bought, had it shipped in from France, straight from the grotto. It can heal emotional pain, physical pain, and pretty much anything. It's a natural spring in France. It's a Christian holy site, so anyways, so I'm going to read the speech that I prepared for my brother's funeral. The reason why I didn't deliver it there is because I just felt the energy wasn't quite right to deliver it there. Just looking around, a lot of people were just very, very, it hits you in waves, and I actually was able to hold it together pretty well during the funeral, not in the beginning, but towards the end. And I just, looking around, everyone was just really, really sad, and I don't know if this, no one really said anything, and I don't know if this would have helped, when everyone's emotions were flooded like that. I don't know if this would have helped at the time, so I didn't end up delivering it, but I knew it was okay, because like I said, I can deliver it on the internet and we'll always have it. So I'm gonna go ahead and deliver it right now. So I just labeled it, I think it's like 7 pages, Kai's funeral speech. He said, "First of all, I'd like to thank everyone for coming to celebrate the life of my brother, Kai Love. I would also like to thank everyone for all their love and support. Kai and I have been extremely close to each other since we were born, being only about 14 months apart. We were always together, backing each other up, whether it was in good situations or bad. Kai loved his family and friends with all of his heart. He always kept in touch with everybody. About a week before he passed, he was hanging out with a guy we went to high school with, and later he had worked with us. They came in our room, and we all had some good laughs and some good conversation, reminiscing about our high school days. He had this magnetic personality and energy about him. He was loved by everybody. And he will be deeply missed. We started our early lives in Joshua Tree, California, living in the middle of the desert. But one thing we always had was each other's company. We would always lean on each other. For instance, when we both learned to talk, I would have to talk for Kai because he didn't like to talk. We began to rely off each other. The more we went through together, the closer we became. We had a lot of good times in high school, and we started going to the river a lot. Even at a young age, Kai always seemed to be indestructible. He was always able to gracefully get out of every tough situation he found himself in. We didn't just call him a cat because cats have 9 lives, it was also because of how slick he was. I've heard people call him Crazy Kai. My uncle used to sometimes call him Coyote. While coyotes are slick, they don't have 9 lives. So thinking back, his nickname should have been Kai the Cat. We all ended up as union concrete carpenters in the commercial cast-in-place division. This career path continued to make us closer, much closer. We were literally together 24/7, living, driving, working, and eating together. It's when you are in tough situations with people day in and day out, that's when you find out what they are really made of. This industry forged my dad into the man he is today, and it forged us into the men that we are today. Because of who we were, we were all held to extremely high standards. But this really enhanced our relationship as brothers. We were all very proud of each other, proud of how far we all came. And in an industry that can be extremely chaotic, crazy, and challenging, Kai was a breath of fresh air. He had this cool, calm, competent energy that people loved to be around. Everybody wanted to work with Kai. We all loved working with each other. We could almost read each other's minds. As brothers, we continued to watch each other grow and learn and blossom. We did everything together. We went through junior high and high school together. We both worked at Casino Morongo on the drop crew for our first job. We both got in the Carpenters Union around the same time. We went through the apprenticeship program together. We became journeymen together. We became foremen together. Although we never really showed each other much affection, we loved each other very much. I can only remember hugging my brother maybe twice in the last 10 years. Once when my mother passed, and once when I visited him at Betty Ford. But we knew that we would do anything for each other, and we were always there for one another. Family was always very important to Kai. He loved his girls very much and was very proud of them. I don't think he really ever got over our mother's passing. He loved her very much. He always wanted to make our dad proud at work. He knew that he had extremely high standards. One of the last long conversations I had with Kai was on this topic. It was night. I was making an espresso and he was barbecuing and having some drinks. He was all happy, walking around with his chest out. He said, "Hey Scott, I was over at Dad's house a couple days ago. We were drinking some beer and we started talking about work." He said that he was proud of all of us, and we're all good at this trade. We just have completely different styles and personalities. He said that I'm a natural and everything always came so easy for me. He said that you love planning everything out, keeping everything completely organized, and knowing exactly how you're going to execute everything. He said Brandon is really good at figuring out how something is going to be built and coming up with new ideas. We joked around a little bit. I said, "Wow, did you get it on video?" He laughed and said, "No." I said, "Man, he waited till he was retired to say that, huh?" Then we both laughed. I just remember how happy he was that night. He was very proud of himself and his two younger brothers. I just wish I could have been with him at that time. I don't think people realize how dangerous of a career commercial construction is. Every day these brave men get up very early in the morning and then drive anywhere from 1 to 4 hours, mostly in the dark, to places that are foreign to them. Because traffic can vary so significantly, a lot of the time they're there up to an hour early every day on the job. Once their actual workday finally starts, they grab their bags loaded with various tools, harness, climbing gear, etc., and buckle and fasten everything to their body. And that's when the day really begins. After a long, grueling, stressful, chaotic day of 8 to 12 hours, dealing with all types of different personalities in the heat, cold, the rain, then they can finally go home. A lot of the time, work never really leaves their minds. It's now the late afternoon and they're right in the middle of a huge city with tons of traffic, all types of unsavory characters, women asking you if you need service, weird men trying to start fights with you at stoplights and gas stations. So after getting gas, at one of these fine places. Now the mission to get home starts. Many times there's months where these men can leave when it's dark and get home when it's dark. Trying to fight exhaustion, bumper to bumper traffic, trying not to fall asleep at the wheel as your body starts to relax in your cool, calm, quiet truck and your adrenaline starts to die down. Only to get home, eat, shower, collapse in bed, hear your alarm clock going off at 4 in the morning. You get up still extremely tired and sore, and it all starts over. Back to the chaotic, grueling, dog-eat-dog world these men are a part of. All this simply to survive and provide for their families. All this is what makes us so close, thinking at least my boys will be with me. But we're not always together. Sometimes you have to do this day in and day out by yourself, all alone. These men are tough as nails. My brother was extremely resilient, tough, intelligent, courageous, and a calm, confident leader. He died honorably with his work boots on his way to work to provide for his family and build America. These men strap their boots on every morning, not knowing if they will make it home to their families. Kai always got out of everything. Even in the initial crash, he was fine. He jumped out of his truck, but in this situation, he thought there might be other people involved. He wasn't worried about himself anymore. Instead of just immediately getting out of the way, he called 911 and got out of his truck. It was then when he disregarded his own safety to scour the wreckage, trying to find out if there was other people involved and if they needed any help. I know my brother extremely well. The only way he would call the cops or 911 is if he was worried about others. He was a good man and he died an honorable death. But do not pity him. He is now in the kingdom of heaven looking down on all of us. As a matter of fact, I believe he's here right now, watching us from above. I love you, brother. And I know when my time comes, you'll be waiting for me at the gates, excited to show me around and show me the ropes. We have all played roles in each other's lives. I believe many of us knew each other before our souls came down to earth, and our souls will definitely know each other when we leave earth. We have to remember our souls are only on earth for a very short period of time. We come down to planet Earth for extreme growth. All these crazy, wild emotions that we feel and go through on a daily basis. We can experience joy and sorrow in the same day or even hour. Out of the entire universe, there is no place that even comes close to the growth, experience, and development we go through on Earth, that our souls go through. So be grateful for every day. Every day you wake up and watch the sunrise and hear the birds chirping. Every day you can hug your loved ones. Kai lived this way. He lived like there was no tomorrow. He kept in touch with everybody. And he loved to play hard. Everything from boating, jeeping, snowboarding, riding dirt bikes. He even continued to skateboard, a hobby we picked up in junior high. So enjoy life. Our time on earth is short, but after we leave earth, a whole new journey begins. And remember, our souls will always know each other, and we will all link up again in the kingdom of heaven. I love you all. Thank you again for all your love and support. And that's the end of it.